Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into the world of the 6 most valuable, ultra-rare coins ever discovered. These are not just pieces of metal, they are hidden treasures capable of changing fortunes. Stay with me as we uncover their mystery, unheard value, and the incredible stories behind them. Don't forget, and let's begin this exciting journey into the world of rare coins. First up, the 1953 Old Wheat Penny carries a rich historical identity born out of America's post-war era, a time when the nation was transitioning into modern economic and industrial growth. Even though the wheat cent had already been in circulation for decades, the 1953 D issue continued the legacy of the iconic Lincoln portrait and wheatear reverse that had become a cultural symbol of American perseverance and hard-earned value. Many collectors view this coin as a bridge between early 20th century design tradition and the rise of newer minting technologies. While not commonly discussed as a decimal coin, its standardized 1-cent value made it a foundational part of everyday trade and an important component of the United States' decimal currency system. And for those who uncover one today, even in very dirty, circulated condition, the story it carries is as compelling as its potential worth. Because most 1953 Old Wheat pennies were produced in massive quantities, collectors rarely expect to find extraordinary value in standard circulated examples. However, hidden among the millions of pieces are rare survivors with exceptional characteristics, unique die varieties, remarkable mint state features, or early die strike qualities that can push their value dramatically higher. Even coins that appear dark, stained, or extremely dirty can reveal extraordinary physical details once professionally examined. It is these rare, high-quality survivors, especially those that grade extremely well despite outward grime, that can reach market values ranging from $1,000 to over $9,000, depending on grade, originality, and collector demand. And because few collectors in 1953 saved these coins in high-end condition, truly pristine examples are becoming increasingly scarce. What makes the 1953 D issue especially desirable is its composition of 95% copper, a metal long associated with durability, warmth, and historic craftsmanship. The deep red tunning seen on well-preserved examples, or the chocolate brown patina seen on aged specimens, gives each coin a unique character. Copper reacts to its environment over time, meaning no two wheat cents look exactly alike. Investors appreciate this metal not just for its physical stability, but also for the sense of authenticity and age it conveys. Even a heavily toned or dirty coin can hold significant potential if its details remain sharp beneath the surface. This copper integrity is one of the reasons the penny retains international popularity, appealing to collectors who admire classic American coinage and the simple charm of vintage United States copper cents. A coin as collectible as the 1953 Old Wheat penny draws growing demand every year, especially as younger collectors enter the hobby seeking vintage pieces that are still attainable yet capable of meaningful appreciation. Numismatic markets operate heavily on rarity within condition brackets, and because so few top-grade 1953 D specimens survive, their value can spike dramatically when high-grade examples appear at auction. Even extremely dirty coins can become treasures once authenticated and graded, as grading services look beyond surface grime to evaluate strike quality, luster, and preservation. As more collectors compete for the highest-known examples, the market sees periodic bursts where prices soar well beyond earlier estimates. For collectors and investors seeking this coin, condition remains the primary factor determining long-term value. Many beginners make the mistake of cleaning coins, which can irreversibly damage surfaces and destroy collector interest. Professional grading is a safer and far more profitable route. Submitting a potentially valuable coin to a trusted certification service adds credibility, ensures accurate grading, and protects the coin in tamper-evident holders. Additionally, understanding grading standards, such as the difference between very fine, about uncirculated, and full mint state, helps collectors recognize what qualifies a coin for higher valuation. Joining online numismatic communities, forums, and collector groups can provide invaluable insights, allowing enthusiasts to compare coins, learn from experts, and discover specialty varieties associated with the 1953 D issue. From an investment standpoint, the 1953 D wheat penny represents an attractive blend of affordability and upward potential. Because the wheat cent series is internationally beloved, demand remains strong across continents, especially in regions where American cultural history holds influence. A rare, high-grade 1953 D penny can appreciate steadily as the supply of top-quality examples continues to shrink. Long-term holders often benefit the most, as copper coins naturally gain sentimental and historical value with age. Over decades, these coins become artifacts of a significant period in American minting, expanding their appeal far beyond domestic collectors alone. Beyond its financial and historical attributes, the 1953 D wheat penny stands as a cultural emblem of mid-century America. It represents a time when the penny truly mattered in daily life, when every coin held purchasing power, and when craftsmanship in currency was deeply respected. The wheat ears on the reverse symbolize national prosperity, agriculture, and growth, while the enduring portrait of Abraham Lincoln reinforces values of unity and leadership. As collectors from around the world seek pieces that reflect American identity, the 1953 D penny continues to gain recognition as a small but meaningful artifact of the nation's cultural story. As time moves forward, the long-term value appreciation of the 1953 D wheat penny becomes more evident. Each decade that passes reduces the number of well-preserved examples in circulation or private hands. More collectors enter the market than leave it, and global interest in classic U.S. coinage continues to rise. What may appear to be just a dirty old penny can, in reality, be a rare survivor with historical depth, investment potential, and cross-cultural charm. The coin's enduring symbolism, international appeal, and limited supply make it a long-term asset worth holding, studying, and passing down, proving that even the smallest denomination can carry remarkable value across generations. The 1953 D wheat penny continues to attract serious attention because it embodies the kind of numismatic mystery that collectors love. A common date coin with the potential to reveal something extraordinary. Every year, new varieties surface, subtle die cracks, repunched mint marks, early dice date strikes, and dramatic tunning patterns that elevate certain examples far above their face value. These hidden traits remind collectors that treasure isn't always obvious at first glance. Even a coin that looks heavily worn, dull, or covered in dirt can hide rare diagnostic details beneath the surface, details only noticeable under proper lighting and magnification. The excitement of discovering these features has created a strong culture of searching, comparing, and analyzing coins from this particular year, further cementing the 1953 D's place in the hobby. One reason this penny continues to rise in prestige is the nostalgic charm connected to its era. The early 1950s represent a period when American families were growing, modern conveniences were expanding, and a wave of economic optimism swept across the country. The 1953 D wheat cent circulated in grocery stores, hardware shops, theaters, and local diners. It passed through the hands of factory workers, teachers, soldiers returning from the Korean War, and children saving up pennies in glass jars. Owning one today is like holding a silent witness to these everyday American stories, moments of a simpler time preserved in copper. That emotional connection makes collectors feel that they aren't just acquiring a coin, but a piece of lived history. The rising global fascination with American copper coins has further boosted the reputation of the 1953 D wheat penny. Collectors from Europe, South America, the Middle East, and Asia increasingly seek out iconic United States coins as part of broader cultural and financial portfolios. The classic Lincoln wheat cent, with its unmistakable design and long-running production history, appeals to international collectors who admire American heritage and stability. As more collectors from outside the United States enter the market, competition for high-grade wheat pennies intensifies, creating price increases that can surprise even experienced numismatists. This worldwide demand lifts not only rare varieties, but also impressive high-grade examples of standard issues like the 1953D. Another powerful factor contributing to the 1953D's long-term desirability is the storytelling aspect that accompanies each coin's journey. A wheat penny from this year might have survived decades in a bank vault, slipped unnoticed into a coin roll, or traveled across states in pockets and purses before finally being rediscovered. Collectors often romanticize this unseen history, imagining the people who might have held it and the events it quietly lived through. This narrative quality gives the coin a depth of meaning that goes far beyond monetary value. When a coin combines history, mystery, and tangible rarity, it becomes more than a collectible. It becomes a personal artifact. Over time, the appreciation for the 1953D wheat penny is expected to continue rising as supply tightens and interest in classic copper-era coins grows. Each generation of collectors places new emphasis on authenticity, originality, and historical charm, all characteristics that this coin possesses in abundance. As the market evolves, seasoned collectors and newcomers alike recognize that holding onto a high-quality example, especially one with unique tunning, an exceptional strike, or a rare variety, can lead to significant long-term growth. The 1953D wheat penny, once an everyday piece of change, has transformed into a cultural icon, an investment asset, and a timeless symbol of American heritage, ensuring its continued prominence in the numismatic world for decades to come. Second, the 1954 wheat penny stands as one of the most captivating relics of mid-century American coinage, carrying with it the charm of the final years of the beloved wheatier design. Minted in San Francisco during a period of rapid economic expansion, these coins represent the tail end of an era when craftsmanship and tradition still defined American currency. Though millions were struck, only a fraction survived the decades in higher grades, especially because pennies were used heavily in everyday transactions. The 1954 wheat penny, being part of the United States decimal currency system, remains symbolically important as one of the final classic copper cents before the transition into new minting priorities. Even when discovered in darkened or very dirty condition, the coin's legacy remains intact, and a closer examination can reveal details that elevate its worth far beyond its modest face value. What makes the 1954 wheat penny particularly intriguing is how sharply value can climb when rare, well-preserved examples surface. While everyday circulated coins are common, those that exhibit exceptional quality, strong strikes, or early die characteristics are in a completely different category. Some coins that appear grimy or toned can still carry excellent underlying detail, and once properly evaluated, they can achieve auction values between $1,000 and over $9,000 depending on grade and rarity. The scarcity of high-grade survivors is partly because many 1954 pennies were poorly stored, exposed to moisture, or tossed into jars and drawers where they accumulated wear. Now, decades later, the few that remain sharp and original have become true treasures in the numismatic world. The iconic copper composition of the wheat penny adds to its long-standing appeal. Composed of 95% copper, the 1954 wheat cent develops a rich character over time, from deep chocolate tones to subtle reddish undertones preserved beneath layers of age and grime. Copper ages in a way no other coin metal does. It tells a story, reacts to its environment, and forms patina that becomes a defining part of the coin's personality. Collectors cherish this natural transformation, knowing that even a coin in very dirty condition can conceal brilliance beneath the surface. The lasting integrity of its copper structure makes it a highly desirable piece, both for beginners seeking an entry point into vintage American coins and advanced collectors searching for rare mint-condition survivors. Demand for the 1954 Wheat Penny continues to grow as collectors around the world seek coins that combine heritage, beauty, and long-term investment potential. Even though it is not considered rare in lower grades, the challenge lies in finding superior examples with minimal wear, original luster, and sharp wheat stalks on the reverse. These desirable traits are increasingly scarce, and each year fewer high-quality examples appear in the marketplace. As interest in copper wheat cents intensifies, prices rise accordingly, especially when certified coins with strong eye appeal enter the auction spotlight. Very fine and extra-fine specimens attract serious attention, and collectors often compete fiercely for examples that exhibit both originality and strong visual character. For collectors hopping to uncover or invest in the 1954 Wheat Penny, understanding condition is essential. Many newcomers mistakenly clean coins, removing decades of natural patina and unintentionally destroying the value. Professional authentication and grading through reputable certification services provide both protection and credibility, ensuring the coin's condition is properly recognized. Learning how to identify grading standards, such as the sharpness of Lincoln's hair, the clarity of the date and mint mark, and the definition of the wheat lines, can dramatically improve a collector's ability to evaluate worth. Joining online communities and coin clubs also helps enthusiasts share discoveries, compare examples, and stay informed about emerging varieties or market movements. From an investment perspective, the 1954 Wheat Penny presents a compelling opportunity for long-term growth. As more collectors focus on completing wheat cent sets or obtaining highest-grade pieces from each year and mint, competition naturally increases. Because copper wheat cents are appreciated globally, not just in the United States, the market benefits from widespread, steady demand. Many investors view vintage pennies as historical assets that combine affordability with real profit potential. A high-grade or rare variety 1954 penny can appreciate significantly over time, especially as numismatic interest continues expanding into new generations. Beyond monetary value, the 1954 Wheat Penny carries cultural significance that resonates deeply with collectors. It symbolizes a period of American prosperity, post-war recovery, and national growth. The wheat ears on the reverse stand for nourishment, agriculture, and strength, while Lincoln's portrait represents leadership and unity. These symbols give the coin emotional power that extends beyond its physical form. Holding one is like holding a small but meaningful fragment of America's story, a reminder of a simpler time when a single cent still had purchasing power and sentimental value. As decades pass, coins from the classic copper era become more cherished and more difficult to find in pristine shape. The 1954 Wheat Penny, with its historical roots, international appeal, and enduring copper beauty, continues to rise in esteem among collectors worldwide. Its long-term value appreciation is strengthened by its cultural symbolism, shrinking supply, and universal nostalgia for vintage currency. Whether discovered in a jar, inherited in a collection, or purchased as an investment, the 1954 Wheat Penny stands as a lasting reminder of American heritage and a testament to the powerful stories a humble cent can carry across generations. The lasting fascination with the 1954 Wheat Penny also comes from the sense of mystery that surrounds every coin from this era. Each example carries a unique journey. Some may have spent decades untouched in dusty boxes, while others pass through countless hands before being forgotten in old coffee cans or dresser drawers. When one of these coins resurfaces, especially in unexpectedly sharp condition beneath layers of dirt, it instantly becomes more than a collectible. It becomes a rediscovered artifact. This sense of surprise fuels collector excitement and adds emotional depth to the hunt, making the 1954 S a coin that inspires curiosity every time a new specimen is examined under a magnifying lens. Another reason this coin continues to rise in stature is the increasing interest in early die-state examples and subtle varieties that collectors once overlooked. The 1954 S series has several minor anomalies, faint die chips, small shifts in the mint mark, and subtle strike differences that enthusiasts now study with great detail. As numismatics becomes more analytical and more collectors gain access to high-resolution imaging tools, the appreciation for these nuanced features grows. What once seemed insignificant now adds layers of rarity and desirability. This deeper study of variations has propelled the 1954 Old Wheat Penny into a more respected position within the series. Cultural nostalgia for classic American coinage further enhances the 1954 penny's appeal around the world. Many collectors, international and domestic alike, associate the wheat cent with a period of honest craftsmanship, sturdy metal composition, and strong national symbolism. Unlike modern coins made from cheaper alloys, the copper wheat penny feels substantial, traditional, and authentic. That authenticity attracts not only seasoned numismatists, but also younger collectors who are discovering the beauty of older coins and developing an appreciation for the craftsmanship of past generations. The 1954 S, in particular, represents one of the final chapters of this iconic design, and that alone elevates its desirability. Long-term, the investor appeal of the 1954 wheat penny is likely to grow stronger as the market shifts toward collectible assets with historical richness. Coins like these have proven time and time again that they maintain their value through economic changes, fluctuating demand, and evolving hobby trends. As the supply of high-grade examples continues to diminish, market pressure naturally pushes prices upward, making certified pieces especially attractive to investors seeking reliable appreciation. Even heavily toned or dirty examples can become valuable once authenticated, which encourages treasure hunt excitement among collectors searching through inherited collections, rolls, or forgotten containers. Ultimately, the 1954 wheat penny stands as a testament to how something as small as a 1-cent piece can embody the spirit, history, and culture of its time. Its copper warmth, its symbolism of growth and leadership, and its international admiration ensure that it remains more than just a collectible coin. It becomes a bridge connecting the past to the present. Whether valued for its investment potential, its historical charm, or its emotional resonance, the 1954 wheat penny continues to captivate collectors everywhere. Its story grows richer with each passing decade. Third, the 1955 wheat penny stands as one of the most intriguing copper coins of mid-century America, carrying the quiet strength of a design that had already been part of American life for nearly half a century. Struck in Denver during a time of technological and economic transition, this penny represents a closing chapter of the Whittier reverse before the Lincoln Memorial design emerged just a few years later. Even though it was produced in large numbers, the 1955 issue has gained a reputation for surprising collectors with rare high-grade survivors hidden among ordinary circulated pieces. As part of the United States decimal currency system, the coin served an essential role in daily commerce, symbolizing the affordability and hard-working identity of its era. And even when found in very dirty or heavily toned condition, its underlying details and minting quality can elevate it into one of the most valuable wheat cents of the decade. The fascinating part of the 1955 wheat penny lies in the dramatic difference between ordinary circulation pieces and top-tier examples. While common worn specimens are plentiful, truly well-preserved examples are extremely scarce because these pennies often traveled through decades of use before collectors began appreciating their value. Some pieces, even if found covered in dirt or oxidation, may hide exceptional detail, strong luster, or early dye characteristics that make them unbelievably valuable. In such cases, auction prices can climb from $1,000 into the $9,000 range or beyond, especially when paired with certification and strong visual appeal. It is this element of hidden potential, this idea that a rare gem could be waiting beneath layers of grime, that makes the discovery of a 1955 D penny so thrilling. Much of the coin's charm comes from its iconic copper composition. Made of 95% copper, the 1955 D wheat cent ages with a character that modern coins simply do not possess. Over time, copper develops deep brown hues, warm red tones, or dramatic patinas that make each coin unique. Even pieces that look unattractive at first glance can transform into stunning collectibles once professionally examined and authenticated. Copper's durability allows these coins to survive decades of neglect while retaining the fine design elements that collectors cherish, such as the wheat stalks, Lincoln's profile, and the sharp definition around the date and mint mark. This natural resilience keeps the 1955 D penny firmly rooted in the heart of numismatic history. Growing demand for wheat pennies, especially later-date rarities in high grade, has placed the 1955 D at the center of renewed collector interest. Many enthusiasts focus on completing full sets, and the challenge of finding sharp, high-end examples turns this coin from a simple date mint mark combination into a meaningful accomplishment. Each year, fewer pristine coins enter the market, making well-preserved pieces even more desirable. In very fine or extremely fine condition, the 1955 D wheat cent becomes notably harder to locate, prompting collectors to pay premiums that far exceed earlier price estimates. As interest increases globally, the coin's value continues to rise, supported by its historical relevance and copper-era charm. For collectors looking to uncover or invest in the 1955 D wheat penny, condition is everything. Many beginners unintentionally destroy value by cleaning coins, stripping away decades of natural tunning and damaging the surface. Professional grading offers a safer path, providing authentication, protection, and an objective evaluation of the coin's true state. Understanding how grading works, recognizing details like the clarity of Lincoln's hair, the sharpness of the wheat lines, and the preservation of original mint luster, helps collectors determine whether a coin is a potential treasure. Becoming part of numismatic communities, forums, or collector groups offers invaluable support, allowing enthusiasts to share discoveries, receive feedback, and stay updated on market trends and new varieties. From an investment viewpoint, the 1955 D wheat penny holds strong potential for long-term appreciation. As the supply of high-grade coins continues to diminish and collector markets expand globally, prices naturally trend upward. Vintage copper coins offer a unique combined appeal: historical authenticity, scarcity in upper grades, and a visually attractive composition that resonates with collectors across generations. Investors often focus on certified high-grade examples because these coins retain their value more consistently and experience greater appreciation during periods of increased demand. Even lower-grade or dirty coins with hidden potential add to the excitement, as the possibility of uncovering an extraordinary specimen is always present. Beyond its value as a collectible, the 1955 D wheat penny symbolizes the cultural spirit of mid-20th century America. Lincoln's portrait remains a timeless emblem of leadership and national unity, while the wheat ears represent growth, strength, and agricultural roots. These symbols give the coin emotional weight that surpasses its monetary role, turning it into a miniature piece of American heritage. Collectors around the world admire wheat pennies not only for their material worth, but also for the story they tell about the American experience, its ambitions, its challenges, and its resilience. As time moves forward, the 1955 D Wheat Pennies appeal shows no signs of fading. International interest continues to expand, and new generations of collectors are discovering the beauty and historical depth of this classic copper cent. With fewer high-quality examples remaining and more enthusiasts entering the hobby, its long-term value is expected to rise steadily. Whether found in a dusty jar, inherited in a family collection, or acquired as an investment, the 1955 D Wheat penny stands as a powerful symbol of numismatic history, a reminder that even the smallest coin can carry remarkable stories, cultural significance, and enduring worth across generations. The enduring mystique of the 1955 D Wheat penny grows stronger each year because collectors understand that these coins are not just pieces of currency. They are survivors of a different American era. Each example carries its own journey, marked by decades of circulation, storage, neglect, or preservation. When a collector uncovers a coin in very dirty or heavily toned condition, the surface grime often hides an entire story waiting to be revealed. Sometimes the dirt conceals impressive details that remain untouched by wear, and in other cases it masks subtle dye characteristics that place the coin among the rarest of its kind. This sense of discovery, the feeling that a hidden treasure may be lurking in a common-looking penny, is one of the most powerful forces keeping the 1955 D Wheat cent in the spotlight. There is also a growing scholarly interest in minor varieties and die states from the 1955 D issue. As more collectors use high-resolution magnification and digital tools, they uncover new varieties, repunched mint marks, die chips, and intriguing anomalies that were previously overlooked. These small details can transform an ordinary-looking coin into a remarkable specimen. The deeper collectors look, the more they appreciate how nuanced the minting process was in the 1950s, especially at the Denver Mint, where slight variations in die wear or alignment could create coins with unique characteristics. This ongoing discovery process ensures that interest in the 1955 D Wheat penny will continue evolving, as each new variety adds another layer of value and intrigue. Internationally, the copper wheat cent has become a symbol of authentic American heritage, and the 1955 D stands as a standout among its later-date companions. Collectors across Asia, Europe, the Middle East, and South America are drawn to these coins for their craftsmanship, their iconic imagery, and their connection to American history. The warm glow of aged copper and the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln give the coin a universal appeal that transcends cultural boundaries. As global numismatic communities expand, the competition for high-grade wheat pennies intensifies, pushing the 1955 D further into the ranks of respected and desired collectibles. The emotional connection collectors feel toward the wheat penny also strengthens the long-term trajectory of the 1955 D's value. For many, these coins bring back memories of childhood savings jars, the excitement of finding older dates in pocket change, or the first steps into the world of coin collecting. This nostalgia, combined with the beauty of the wheatier design, adds sentimental weight to the coin's financial value. Younger collectors, inspired by stories from older generations, continue to seek out wheat pennies, ensuring that demand remains steady and vibrant. As nostalgia deepens and the historical meaning of these coins becomes more appreciated, the 1955 D grows even more significant. Ultimately, the 1955 D Wheat penny represents a long-term asset for collectors and investors who understand its historical depth, aesthetic appeal, and shrinking supply. As each decade passes, the number of well-preserved examples declines, while interest in classic American copper increases across the globe. This dynamic virtually guarantees continued appreciation in value, especially for certified high-grade or uniquely toned specimens. Whether admired for its artistry, cherished for its history, or sought for its investment potential, the 1955 D Wheat penny stands as a timeless emblem of numismatic culture, carrying its legacy and its value Fourth, the 1956 wheat penny stands today as one of the final shining examples of America's classic copper era, a coin minted during a time of booming growth, technological change, and a nation stepping confidently into the modern age. Though produced in large quantities, this coin has developed a reputation for hiding extraordinary value beneath the surface, especially when found in unexpected places. Old drawers, forgotten jars, boxes from family estates, or even pocket change. Despite the heavy circulation of its time, the 1956 wheat penny now carries a unique appeal because it represents one of the last years of the wheatear design that had defined the United States 1-cent piece since 1909. As a part of America's decimal system, its familiar face on the obverse and agricultural symbolism on the reverse made it both practical and meaningful. Even coins found in very dirty, grimy, or aged condition can turn out to be incredibly valuable once their details are examined, making the 1956 wheat penny a fascinating target for collectors searching for hidden gems. What makes the 1956 issue particularly interesting is the dramatic contrast between worn pieces and those rare survivors preserved in very fine or extremely sharp condition. Because pennies were the most frequently used denomination in daily transactions, the majority of 1956 coins endured heavy wear, abrasion, and environmental exposure. Many were tossed into jars or spent decades in damp basements or metal cans, acquiring layers of oxidation or dark tunning. Yet beneath that dirt, some pieces secretly retain strong original luster, crisp details in Lincoln's hair and coat, or unusually sharp wheat stalks, traits that can push their value into the $1,000 to $9,000 range or even higher depending on variety, grade, and certification. The possibility that a dirty, ordinary-looking penny could actually be a rare high-grade treasure is part of the excitement that keeps collectors searching through every pile and roll they encounter. The copper composition of the 1956 wheat penny contributes significantly to its enduring appeal. Made of 95% copper with the remaining alloy of tin and zinc, the coin naturally develops rich, dramatic tones over time, shifting from reddish hues to deep chocolate browns. No two coins age the same way, which gives each penny a personal story and artistic character. Even a coin that appears unattractive at first glance may reveal its brilliance after proper examination. Copper is a metal that holds its strength and preserves the fine artistry of the design, allowing collectors to appreciate subtle sculpting even decades after the coin left the mint. This copper legacy, unmatched by the cheaper modern metals used today, makes the 1956 wheat penny an emotionally satisfying and visually compelling artifact of mid-century America. Demand for the 1956 wheat penny has steadily grown as collectors around the world become more fascinated with the final decade of wheatear coins. Completing a high-grade Lincoln wheat set is a serious challenge, and finding exceptional examples of later-year pennies is far more difficult than many assume. Most 1956 pennies were not saved in pristine condition, so the surviving high-end pieces are extremely scarce. Collectors now compete intensely for well-struck, minimally worn, or beautifully toned examples, driving prices higher year after year. The rise of online marketplaces, coin-collecting communities, and internationally connected auction platforms has expanded the buyer base worldwide, transforming the 1956 wheat penny from a simple American coin into a global collectible. For collectors and investors, understanding condition is the single most important factor when evaluating the 1956 wheat penny. Even a tiny scratch, cleaning mark, or loss of original luster can drastically reduce value, which is why experts emphasize never cleaning old copper coins. Professional grading services offer authentication, encapsulation, and precise evaluation, which increases trust and marketability. Knowledge of grading standards, such as examining the clarity of the date, sharpness of Lincoln's cheek and jaw, and depth of the wheat lines, helps collectors determine whether a coin is a candidate for certification. Joining numismatic clubs, online forums, and collector groups provides opportunities to compare coins, share knowledge, and stay updated on newly discovered varieties or shifting market trends, making each collector's journey richer and more informed. From an investment standpoint, the 1956 wheat penny continues to show strong potential for long-term growth. As time passes, more coins are lost, damaged, or improperly stored, reducing the pool of collectible pieces and increasing the rarity of high-grade survivors. Investors recognize that vintage copper coins combine historical authenticity with stable market interest, making them appealing as both financial assets and sentimental keepsakes. Certified high-grade examples often outperform expectations at auctions, and even uncommon varieties or well-preserved circulated examples can appreciate steadily as collector interest expands. This long-term stability makes the 1956 wheat penny a compelling option for those looking to build value while preserving a tangible piece of American history. Beyond its monetary worth, the 1956 wheat penny carries deep cultural symbolism that continues to resonate with collectors worldwide. Lincoln's portrait represents leadership, perseverance, and unity, while the wheat ears evoke nourishment, hard work, and the agricultural backbone of early American strength. Together, these symbols create a coin that reflects the resilience of a nation and the ordinary lives of millions who used it in everyday commerce. Collectors feel a sentimental connection to these pennies because they embody an era when even the smallest coin held significant purchasing power and emotional meaning. This symbolic richness elevates the 1956 wheat penny from a simple collectible to an enduring cultural artifact. As interest in classic American copper coins spreads internationally, the 1956 wheat penny grows even more respected, admired for its historical roots, beautiful composition, and scarcity in high condition. Collectors from around the world recognize its charm and its potential as a long-term store of value. With supply shrinking and demand rising, its future appreciation appears promising, especially for certified, visually appealing, or uniquely toned examples. Whether discovered unexpectedly in a dirty state, cherished as an heirloom, or sought out as a serious investment, the 1956 wheat penny stands as a powerful link between past and present, offering generations to come a piece of American identity, artistry, and enduring worth. Here are 5 more long, detailed paragraphs continuing the same tone, style, and storytelling you requested. The growing fascination with the 1956 wheat penny also ties deeply into the psychology of collecting, where hidden rarity and unexpected value fuel excitement and motivation. Even though millions of wheat pennies were minted across the 1940s and 1950s, only a very small fraction have survived in a condition that collectors consider desirable, and even fewer emerge after decades in circulation looking intact beneath their surface dirt. This is why many metal detectorists, antique shop explorers, and coin roll hunters actively search for these pennies, hoping that what looks like a worthless copper disc might actually hide strong details, sharp lettering, or even a rare minting anomaly. The thrill of restoration, discovery, and authentication is part of what makes the 1956 wheat penny so captivating today, because collectors know that any coin with eye appeal or a special characteristic can elevate its price far beyond ordinary expectations. The 1956 wheat penny also stands as a symbol of American manufacturing strength during a period when the United States was expanding economically and technologically. Objects made during this era hold deeper cultural meaning because they remind people of factories humming with activity, communities relying on copper and steel industries, and a world where the smallest coin could buy candy, postage, or a bus ticket. As decades passed and paper money, digital payment systems, and online banking reshaped society, coins like the wheat penny transformed from everyday objects into tangible pieces of identity, physical reminders of what life once felt like. That cultural symbolism significantly amplifies their desirability, making the 1956 wheat penny not just a collectible, but a storytelling artifact that preserves the memory of mid-century America. International collectors have also developed a keen interest in coins like the 1956 wheat penny, because they see it as a representation of United States history, design tradition, and economic evolution. Many overseas numismatists consider early and mid-century American coins both beautiful and historically meaningful, especially with the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a globally recognized figure of leadership and resilience. This international demand adds additional pressure to the market, allowing higher-end specimens, especially rare condition or dirt-covered but strong detail examples, to reach auction prices that exceed expectations. The more global attention the coin receives, the more its long-term stability as a collectible asset is reinforced. The long-term appreciation potential of the 1956 wheat penny is strengthened by the natural aging of copper, which continues to develop deeper tones and richer surfaces as decades pass. Collectors highly value the warm, earthy patina that forms on older pennies, and because each tone is unique, no two coins age in exactly the same way. This individuality gives every 1956 penny a distinct visual personality, especially once dirt is removed professionally, and the coin is preserved in a controlled environment. Over time, as more collectors seek vintage copper coins and fewer high-quality wheat pennies remain available, scarcity naturally increases, pushing values upward and turning these historic cents into long-term investment pieces with staying power. Ultimately, the 1956 wheat penny endures as a powerful reminder that great value can be hidden in the most ordinary places, and that coins once exchanged casually can become prized treasures carrying remarkable stories. Its mixture of copper beauty, mid-century heritage, growing collector enthusiasm, and international attention ensures that it continues rising in prestige with every passing decade. Whether found in dirt-covered condition or preserved through generations, each coin offers its owner a chance to participate in a legacy that spans culture, history, economics, and craftsmanship. This is why the 1956 wheat penny remains. The 1957 wheat penny stands as one of the most intriguing late-era Lincoln cents, especially when discovered in very dirty condition, because beneath the surface grime lies a coin with deep historical resonance and surprising value potential. This coin was minted during the final years of the classic wheatback design, a style that had defined the American cent since 1909 and symbolized the nation's agricultural spirit and working-class identity. Even though the United States had long used the decimal system, coins like the 1957 represented one of the last copperage issues before composition standards began to change decades later, giving it symbolic weight as a survivor of an earlier economic era. Because many of these pennies circulated heavily, those that still retain strong detail, even when buried under dirt, can reach remarkable valuations, especially in a numismatic market that increasingly treasures late wheat cents in top-tier condition. The copper composition of the 1957 penny adds another layer to its desirability, since its warm, earthy tone ages in a way that modern zinc coins cannot replicate. Collectors appreciate the richness of copper because it deepens over time, creating unique patinas that reflect the journey of the coin through decades of hands, pockets, drawers, and forgotten storage boxes. When a very dirty example surfaces, enthusiasts know that dirt often acts like a protective layer, shielding the coin from further wear or exposure. Once carefully cleaned by professionals or evaluated by experts, these coins sometimes reveal unexpectedly sharp wheat lines, bold lettering, and strong Lincoln features, all of which can elevate their value into the $1,000 to $9,000 range, or even higher if an error, anomaly, or exceptional strike is present. The rarity of the 1957 in truly very fine to extremely fine condition is what drives its desirability in today's market. While millions were produced, few have survived with the clarity, crispness, or original surface quality required for high-grade classification. Most were used daily for years without any thought of preservation, making pristine or strong detail coins much scarcer than statistics suggest. This gap between total mintage and surviving premium condition examples is exactly why certain 1957 wheat pennies now surprise collectors and investors with unexpectedly high auction results. When a dirty, worn-looking coin turns out to hold original luster or minimal surface damage beneath the grime, its investment potential skyrockets. As collector demand continues to rise, the investment appeal of the 1957 wheat penny grows stronger, especially with the increasing number of new numismatists entering the hobby from social media, YouTube, and online coin communities. Modern collectors are paying higher premiums for copper-era coins because they understand that the supply is fixed, but the pool of buyers is growing rapidly. Investors look for coins with historical depth, metal value, and cultural symbolism, all qualities the 1957 possesses in abundance. Whether purchased raw, graded, or newly discovered, this wheat penny offers long-term appreciation because its reputation is built not on hype, but on history, scarcity, and enduring design. For collectors searching for the most valuable examples, focusing on proper grading standards, certification, and authentication is essential. A coin may look ordinary to the untrained eye, but professional grading from institutions like PCGS or NGC transforms it into a verified investment asset with documented quality and recognized market credibility. Because dirt can hide subtle features, experts advise against amateur cleaning and instead recommend professional evaluation, which prevents accidental damage and ensures the coin's originality is preserved. Joining online communities, collector clubs, and auction groups allows enthusiasts to learn, share discoveries, compare details, and stay updated on market trends. Crucial steps for anyone hoping to uncover or invest in a top-tier 1957 wheat penny. The importance of the 1957 in numismatic history lies in the transitional moment it represents. It captures the final heartbeat of the wheatback era, just before America shifted to the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959, marking the end of a 50-year chapter in coinage tradition. This period is deeply admired by historians and collectors because it reflects a time when craftsmanship, metal integrity, and symbolism converged to create coins with soul and storytelling value. Every 1957, wheat penny carries the weight of that legacy, reminding collectors of the design legacy initiated under President Theodore Roosevelt's artistic reforms and carried forward for half a century. Beyond its numismatic properties, the 1957 wheat penny has become a cultural icon representing the simplicity of mid-century American life. It connects generations who remember spending pennies on candy, newspapers, or bus fares, making the coin not just a collectible but an emotional artifact. International collectors also seek the 1957 because it features Abraham Lincoln, a globally recognized figure whose legacy of leadership and human rights extends far beyond the United States. This worldwide interest elevates demand and ensures that high-quality specimens remain valuable across borders, cultures, and economies. Long-term value appreciation for the 1957 wheat penny is strengthened by its enduring symbolism, its copper longevity, and the shrinking supply of high-grade survivors. As more collectors pursue vintage American scents, those that combine history, rarity, and beauty will continue rising in prestige. With its deep cultural roots, international appeal, and timeless design, the 1957 wheat penny remains one of the few coins capable of transforming from a dirt-covered relic into a high-value treasure. Its story proves that true worth often hides beneath the surface, waiting for the right collector to uncover it, and carry its legacy forward into the future. The growing fascination with the 1957 wheat penny is also fueled by renewed interest in error coins and unusual mint characteristics from the final decade of the wheatback series. Collectors are discovering that even subtle striking irregularities, such as faint doubling, die-wear patterns, or repunched mint marks, can dramatically elevate the value of a coin that might otherwise appear common. Many of these features remain hidden until the coin is inspected under magnification or examined after gentle professional conservation. This sense of mystery keeps collectors searching for overlooked treasures, transforming even dirty or unattractive finds into potential high-value candidates. Each newly discovered variety adds depth to the coin's legacy and ensures that the 1957 remains a central figure in ongoing numismatic research. Another reason the 1957 continues to rise in prominence is that it marks the end of an era when coins were minted with genuine durability. The nearly pure copper used in wheat pennies ages far differently than modern alloys, producing rich tones, unique coloration, and natural aging patterns that are impossible to replicate artificially. This organic aging process gives each 1957 penny a sense of individuality, especially when it has spent years buried in soil, stored in forgotten boxes, or hidden away in old furniture. When collectors recover these dirty examples, they are not simply finding a coin. They are unearthing a piece of American metalwork that has withstood time, weather, and constant circulation. That survival story alone contributes to the premium prices collectors are willing to pay for choice examples. The collector communities surrounding wheat pennies have also grown dramatically, thanks to modern communication platforms that allow enthusiasts from around the world to connect instantly. These communities share discoveries, discuss grading results, compare market trends, and educate new collectors on what makes a 1957 truly valuable. This sense of shared knowledge elevates the entire hobby and encourages more careful evaluation of even the most unassuming coins. As more people learn what to look for, strong strike lines, preserved wheat grains, clean fields, and subtle doubling, the competition for high-quality pieces intensifies. This rising demand naturally pushes prices upward, creating a stronger investment environment for those who already hold certified or remarkable examples. The symbolism of the wheat penny itself plays a profound role in the coin's continued appreciation, and the 1957 stands at the heart of that symbolism. The wheat stalks, representing growth, labor, and prosperity, resonate with collectors on an emotional level that modern designs rarely replicate. People view these coins not just as currency, but as miniature shields of American identity. The portrait of Lincoln reinforces this connection, serving as a reminder of unity, resilience, and national character. When a collector holds a 1957 penny, even a dirty one, they connect with an era that valued craftsmanship, meaning, and artistry in everyday objects. That emotional resonance is often what transforms casual collectors into lifelong enthusiasts. Over time, this blend of emotion, history, rarity, and visual appeal ensures that the 1957 wheat penny will continue increasing in value and recognition. Each year, more collectors join the hunt, more investors turn their attention toward copper-era coins, and more historically minded buyers seek artifacts that reflect America's mid-century spirit. As the supply of high-quality examples shrinks, the long-term appreciation of the 1957 becomes even more certain. Even heavily toned or dirty coins play a role, because they remind collectors that true worth often hides beneath layers of age and experience. This combination of cultural symbolism and investment stability guarantees that the 1957 will remain a treasured collectible for generations, continuing to rise in prestige, desirability, and market value. 6. The 1958 wheat penny represents one of the final chapters in the iconic wheatback series, making it a highly sought-after piece for both collectors and investors. Struck at the Denver Mint, this coin carries the legacy of a design that had endured nearly 50 years, showcasing Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the famous wheat stalks on the reverse. Despite its large mintage, very few examples have survived in high-grade condition due to the heavy circulation pennies experienced in everyday commerce. Even in very dirty condition, these coins retain the potential to reveal striking details beneath layers of grime, offering a window into the craftsmanship of mid-century American minting. As a part of the decimal currency system, the 1958D continues the tradition of combining practical utility with rich historical significance. One of the most compelling aspects of the 1958D wheat penny is its potential value in the numismatic market. While many pennies from this year appear ordinary, high-grade specimens, especially those that preserve strong detail, crisp lettering, and intact wheat stalks, can command prices ranging from $1,000 to over $9,000. Dirty or circulated examples are not automatically worthless. They may conceal striking features, early die strikes, or subtle varieties that significantly enhance their value. Collectors and investors recognize that even a heavily toned or dirt-covered 1958D penny can be transformed into a prized asset with proper evaluation, authentication, and careful preservation. The copper composition of the 1958D wheat penny contributes significantly to its appeal. Composed of 95% copper, the coin develops a natural patina over time, ranging from deep reddish-brown to rich chocolate hues. This unique aging process gives each coin a distinctive personality, reflecting its journey through decades of use and storage. Even very dirty coins may reveal underlying beauty once professionally assessed, as the copper preserves the intricate design elements that define the series. The metal's durability ensures that, despite wear or environmental exposure, the coin's historical and artistic features remain largely intact, making it a cornerstone of any serious wheat penny collection. Rarity in very fine and higher grades makes the 1958D especially desirable among collectors seeking to complete high-quality sets. While lower-grade coins are common, examples that display minimal wear, sharp strike detail, and original luster are increasingly scarce. The scarcity of such pieces drives competition at auctions and private sales, particularly for coins that are certified and graded professionally. The 1958D represents a unique opportunity for collectors to acquire one of the last copper-era wheat pennies, a piece that bridges the traditional wheatback design with the upcoming Lincoln Memorial Cent series, thereby holding both historical and aesthetic importance. Investment potential for the 1958D wheat penny is strengthened by global demand and the coin's enduring historical significance. As collectors and investors alike recognize the limited supply of high-quality pieces, competition naturally increases, pushing values higher over time. Coins that are professionally certified not only offer proof of authenticity, but also allow owners to confidently participate in auctions, sales, and private deals. For those seeking to diversify collectible assets, the 1958D presents an ideal combination of rarity, beauty, and historical importance, offering both tangible and financial rewards for careful long-term stewardship. For collectors aiming to maximize the value of a 1958D wheat penny, proper handling, grading, and community engagement are essential. Coins should never be cleaned aggressively, as this can damage surfaces and reduce market value. Professional grading from recognized institutions provides an objective assessment of condition, strike quality, and originality, while encapsulation protects the coin from environmental damage. Joining numismatic communities, online forums, and collector clubs offers valuable insights, allowing enthusiasts to learn about market trends, identify subtle die varieties, and share discoveries. These resources help collectors make informed decisions and foster connections with experienced numismatists who can guide them toward valuable finds. Beyond its financial appeal, the 1958 wheat penny carries deep cultural symbolism. Lincoln's portrait represents leadership, integrity, and national unity, while the wheat stalks on the reverse symbolize growth, sustenance, and America's agricultural heritage. The coin serves as a tangible reminder of mid-century American life, when pennies played a crucial role in everyday commerce and were carefully saved or passed down through generations. This cultural significance elevates the coin beyond its monetary value, making it a cherished historical artifact that connects collectors to the past and allows them to hold a piece of American identity in their hands. Long-term appreciation of the 1958 wheat penny is supported by both its scarcity in high grades and its international appeal. Collectors worldwide recognize the coin's historical importance, unique copper composition, and place within the broader narrative of United States coinage. As older coins are lost, damaged, or held in private collections, the remaining high-quality examples become increasingly valuable. Even coins found in very dirty or circulated condition retain investment potential, as careful evaluation and certification can reveal hidden merit. The 1958 wheat penny is more than a collectible. It is a lasting symbol of American history, craftsmanship, and enduring cultural resonance, offering collectors both financial rewards and a tangible connection to the past. The allure of the 1958 wheat penny is also deeply tied to the thrill of discovery, as many coins remain hidden in old coin rolls, jars, and collections, often overlooked for decades. Even a heavily dirt-covered or worn penny can reveal remarkable traits when carefully examined, such as strong details, die varieties, or subtle minting anomalies. This sense of uncovering a hidden treasure adds excitement to the hobby, transforming the search for a single coin into an adventurous pursuit. Collectors know that every find has the potential to be extraordinary, which keeps the market for 1958 pennies vibrant and competitive, even for coins that initially appear unremarkable. The coin's connection to mid-20th century American history enhances its significance and emotional appeal. The 1958 circulated during a period of post-war growth and social change, a time when small denominations were essential in everyday life for families, businesses, and communities. Holding one of these pennies offers a tangible link to that era, allowing collectors to imagine the hands through which it passed and the everyday moments it witnessed. This connection to lived history makes the 1958 wheat penny not just a collectible, but a storytelling artifact, capable of evoking nostalgia and offering a tactile experience of America's past. Internationally, the 1958 wheat penny has attracted collectors who admire American coinage for its design, historical significance, and metal composition. Coins featuring Abraham Lincoln are particularly appealing to a global audience, as his legacy of leadership and integrity is recognized worldwide. The wheat back reverse, with its simple yet meaningful symbolism, adds to the coin's universal charm. Increasing participation by international collectors has created stronger demand for quality examples, especially those preserved in exceptional condition, which further supports the coin's long-term investment potential and elevates its status in the global numismatic market. The investment value of the 1958 wheat penny is closely tied to the scarcity of high-grade examples and the rising interest in vintage copper coins. As more collectors focus on completing full wheat cent sets or acquiring coins from the final years of the series, competition drives prices higher. Coins that are certified and professionally graded provide confidence to buyers and often command premiums in auctions. Even heavily worn or dirt-covered coins can hold hidden potential, and investors recognize that a single, well-preserved 1958 could appreciate significantly over time. This combination of scarcity, quality, and historical significance ensures that the coin remains a compelling asset for both collectors and investors alike. Finally, the 1958 Old Wheat Penny stands as a lasting symbol of American craftsmanship, culture, and economic history. Its copper composition, enduring design, and subtle tonal variations make each example unique, while its connection to the last years of the wheatback era highlights a transitional moment in U.S. coinage. Collectors worldwide continue to value this coin not only for its monetary potential, but for its ability to convey stories of everyday life, national identity, and cultural heritage. The 1958 Old Wheat Penny demonstrates how even the smallest denomination can carry profound historical, emotional, and financial significance, ensuring that it will remain a treasured collectible for generations to come.